Okay, first off, before we hit the intro for chapter... Oh, what chapter was this? 176 of the Promised Neverland. I know it's late. It was my wife's birthday yesterday, so we pretty much spended it as much as possible together, even in this lockdown and in these present times. And this chapter was on a long break and everything. I was really looking forward to this chapter. Also, change of scenery, because I think I should announce this. I am expecting my first child at some point at the end of the year. So the office is getting changed into the baby room, nursery, whatever you want to call it. So the computer has been moved to my main bedroom. So that's why everything has changed in scenery and looks. That's pretty much why. So that's it. But I have come to the conclusion that this is going to be the norm. This is going to be the recording area from now on. And I will be continuing using my webcam at this moment in time as well. Now, with that announcement out of the way, I had to include it in the pre-intro intro. With that announcement out of the way, this chapter was heartwarming as hell. And I wanted to discuss about that, and very saddening as well at the end of this chapter. And I will talk about this a little bit more after the intro. So without further ado, nothing's going to change with the direction of how I review these things. But without further ado, like normal, let's 3, 2, 1, hit the intro. So this chapter really opened off exactly where it left off, as we mean about how Emma ended up going towards Phil, and how she said hello to him, we're home, and everything like that. And it continued on being a heartwarming moment with everybody saying hello to Phil again, and all the other kids that probably were separated when Isabella became the grandmother. All her kids became separated and everything like that. And it just shows how heartwarming and how close of a family they were from the beginning. And we saw a little bit of the flashback panels and everything like that, and how this was an over-exerted plan with Emma mentioning that and everything like that. Then we have one stray demon that pretty much did not accept the changes. And he started chasing the kids, saying, this is my farm, and this is my meat, and everything. And he started grabbing everybody. Norman, Ray gets a gun, but Emma left hers on the ground because she didn't think of this was going to happen. And one of the demons was starting to go. And then it ends, and I mean ends, with Isabel standing in front of Emma, impaled by the nail knives from the demon through her chest. And I was in awe. I mean, I was not expecting it either. I mean, she finally redeemed herself from being one of the early series villains. Finally redeeming herself, because as I've mentioned in all the other chapters, that her becoming a grandmother, her becoming a mother was her route. The only option she was given and only thought of that she could take to save everybody else. Because probably every other mother who looks after in these farms were probably in the same orphanage or farm that Isabella was in, and all the girls decided to take these similar routes as well. And some still became meat and everything like that, but some just became one of those. And this, on the other hand, is just... she redeemed herself. She turned on the Ratari clan. She became a freedom fighter, pretty much, on being able to become free, and all the other mothers that were former kids themselves are now free, and they can now go to the human world when they want to. But this was just saddening. I mean, don't forget, Ray is going to be might even be even more saddened, because don't forget, Ray is Isabel's biological son. So Isabel dying is going to be sad. And yes, she acted like a mother to all these kids, but she was the biological mother to Ray. And that's the thing that's saddens most, because she finally got to reunite with the kids that she raised. All the kids that ran away, that Emma, Norman, and Ray have now protected, and everything. And she's now in this predicament, and it's really saddening that this has happened. Hopefully, this ain't the end of Isabel, but how she's been impaled with 3 claws. One looks like it's directed through the heart. There's no way she's going to make this. There's no way she's going to live. There's no way she's going to make this and survive. This is the end of Isabel. Her arc is now coming to a close within this chapter. And probably actually more of next chapter with 177. But this is pretty much getting closer and closer with the arc. With the story of the Promised Neverlands coming to an end. And this is just one of those moments where I can't believe that's happening. Because during all this, they were meeting up. One of the mothers said, "Grandmother Isabel, what's going on?" And she just pretty much went, "We're free now. We don't need to be mothers anymore. We can just love them and care the children. And we don't need to give them as food anymore." And this mother just started to be crying and everything like that, and I'm like, yeah, this is the road to the end now. Promised Neverland is coming to an end, and we're at that road now. We're at the road to the end of the series, and it's coming full circle. We're now come to the end. Is definitely now coming to an end. We can definitely tell within this chapter that it's coming to an end, and it's just running around and just brilliantly coming together. This series was a great series from start to finish, and I can't believe it's coming to an end. But yeah, this has been my thoughts on the review. It was really great, very emotional, very heartwarming of a chapter that I really did enjoy a lot of. Everything from Isabel mentioning that they can just love the kids as just parents should love kids, or as nuns should love kids that are in orphanages. Just love them as much as possible, and everything like that. The heartwarming reunion with all the kids from Gracefield, meeting up with all the other kids from Gracefield back again, like Phil and all the others after they separated, it's just all heartwarming. And the saddening redemption. The redemption of Isabel was even more warming when she stood in front of Emma and protected her at the end of this chapter. Sometimes I don't like using the end chapter, and I'm probably not going to, because I have got a page I'm going to use for the thumbnail anyway. But that was heartwarming. The art was on point, and everything like that. Everything was on point and top notch. This chapter was really, really great. Comment down below what you liked and didn't like about this chapter. Let's get these Promised Neverland discussions going. And also don't forget to check out all my other social media platforms that you can find in the links down in the video description down below. But other than that, I've been your host Kai from Kai's of Taker Corner, and I'll see you next time for another The Promised Neverland's chapter review. See you then. Bye bye for now. See ya. Man, what a chapter that was, guys, and I do mean it. And like always, why don't you check out the other videos that are probably appearing on the screen at this point in time as well. And if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. That's probably popping up on the screen as well. And don't forget to hit that bell notification to keep up to date with all your social media platforms. Well, no, to keep up to date with all my videos. And if you like this video and you're a current subscriber and you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up as well. It will go a long way as well. And also remember, wherever you are around the world at this current time, during this current crisis, remember to stay home, stay safe, and protect the lives and everything around you as much as possible. And also make sure you're staying pretty hygienic as well, with washing your hands every time with whatever you've got. But other than that, see you see you for the next chapter review. See ya.